Welcome back to the show. We talk a lot about conservation. We talk a lot about how do we get this next generation involved? How do we get the younger Canadians speaking out and telling us how they feel? And are we prepared to listen? Well, TEDx is here, and it's a great opportunity for a lot of speakers of different ages. But we're going to have a chat now with one of the 9-year-old speakers who spoke earlier today. Ocean Warrior is her title. She's a Waterloo resident and all of 9 years old. Maddie Cranston joins us, she has a passion, not just for conservation, but for sharks. And I don't quite understand that because I find them kind of frightening. Maddie joins us on the phone lines now. Thank you for talking with us today. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. What do you get a fascination with sharks? How does that come from somebody who's grown up in Waterloo?
Well, first I was, of course, afraid of them, but then I started researching about them like, whoa, these are such cool creatures. And eventually I found out that they were getting endangered and hunted and stuff like that. And I wanted to make a difference. And I started having these speaking engagements, and that started to happen for me.
That's a pretty brave thing to do. A lot of people don't like speaking to crowds.
I guess I'm pretty lucky.
I get, and so are we, because it's good to hear this from you. What's your biggest fear about sharks?
My biggest fear about sharks is eventually becoming extinct, because they are so important in the food chain. If we run out of sharks, the whole entire marine system will be out of balance.
Okay,
the ocean.
You have done a lot of research. Okay, so explain to me what you want to see happen, Maddie, and in your view, what has to happen in the oceans? What do we have to do?
We have to stop shark finning, and we have to try not using plastic bags because they land in the ocean and are swallowed whole by turtles and dolphins. And please do not drink from plastic water bottles. That's so bad.
You know
so
what?
Bad.
You know, when I saw the Olympics from China and all the water bottles that were left behind were the size of a ski hill, I thought that's kind of frightening. And you're right, a lot of that does end up in the oceans, and that goes back to something that I don't like. That's littering. First of all, the plastic water bottles aren't good. Second of all, people don't care. They just throw them away. How do we teach people to stop that?
I guess we need to use our voices and say, hey, we need to stop doing this. This is bad, and we can use other ways to do it, and it'll still be very quick and easy.
One of the things I read that kind of made me smile, Maddie, was a quote from you that said, more people get hurt from coconuts than shark bites.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Now, I'm not afraid of coconuts.
See?
Maybe I should be. What about toasters?
791 people died because of defective toasters. Only 7 died from a shark bite.
So they're just. Wow. So do you think sharks are just misunderstood?
Totally. From movies like Jaws, we have an unnatural fear of them, and it's just so wrong. They're so amazing creatures. I don't think anybody should be afraid of them. So
what do you want? What's your message when you speak and go talk to people about sharks? What do you say to them? How do you get them to listen to you?
I would usually say things like, bees come more people every year, tiny little insects, and they're rather to die from choking or car accidents. And I would also try and say reduce, reuse, and recycle. And remember the 3 R's, because those are really, really important to everything in the ocean. And little things matter. You can make a world of a difference if you just try. Try. The most important thing is to just get started. Believing you can is your biggest leap of faith.
Well put. Listen, thank you for joining us today. Good luck on your speaking tour, and trust me, you've got my attention now. I'm more afraid of my toaster than I am of sharks.
You rock.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Maddie Cranston is all of 9 years old, and she's speaking today, or spoke earlier today at the TEDx function for youth. And tomorrow night at, where's she speaking tomorrow night? At 600 Herb Street West at the KW Bilingual School. If you want to hear Maddie, she's be part of that forum tomorrow night. Do we have to hear this message from children? Do you think that? I think she's pretty impressive, first of all, a 9-year-old to get up in front of crowds and speak, when I know a lot of adults that won't do that. So I like that. I like the fact that she's prepared to speak. But are we prepared to listen?
You have been listening to an interview with Maddie Cranston, an International A-Team member, on the Gary Doyle Show on 570 News. You can learn more about Maddie and her environmental campaigns and see profiles of all of our outstanding prodigies of conservation who make up the International A-Team by visiting our website at ateamforwildlife.org. A-Team for Wildlife serves youth saving endangered species while supporting adults to become advocates and activists to stop the war on nature.